Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2018 or 19. The album, Dad AF. Rock on, gold dust woman. All right, let's get right into this video, shall we? I guess I need a sip of coffee first. This video right here is about the James Charles Swatch scandal of 2018. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, shim-a-lang-dang, ding-dong, ding! How's the drama fun? This is Peter speaking. Oh, hi, Jane, how are you? No, I'm not drinking the gimlets anymore. I'm back at the AAA meetings, Jane. Trying to find some serenity in my life. Oh, well, I was just watching all these drama videos about James Charles and the swatches, Oh, people are talking all about it all over the Instagram and the Twitter and everywhere, I know. Well, I just don't understand the big deal about the swatches, Jane, quite frankly. I mean, I remember back in the day when we would go up into the airs at the Elizabeth Arden counter, and we didn't do swatches back then. I don't understand. Pigmented, they say, yeah, My gimlets were pigmented, Oh, well, I mean, and you just can't trust anything from any of those drama channels anymore. I mean, I did love that Peter Monn, but you know what they say is they say all those drama channels are getting paid by the beauty influencers these days. Yep, just rolling in the dough. I guess that's why he lives such an extravagant life in the middle of Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, all right, Jane, I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. The biggest drama of 2018. Drama channels are getting paid by beauty influencers. Hold on a second, please. Let me go through my checks. This one is from Jeffree Star, and this one's from James Charles. Oh, Toddy, hers isn't so big. Jaclyn Hill, I guess she forgot my check. Nikki Tutorials came from the Netherlands. Checks. Seriously, if you guys believe that drama channels are getting paid by the beauty influencers to make or not make certain videos, that is hilarious to me. So let's get right into this video, shall we? God, if I was getting paid by beauty influencers to make certain videos, first of all, I wouldn't be living here, for one thing, okay? I'd be traveling the world in my private jet, doing drama from the plane. Okay, let's get right into this. So, a couple days ago, James Charles released, I'm so excited to talk about this, can you tell? James Charles released this video where he was revealing his palette, okay? Release your inner artist. And I did a review of it, and you know, a lot of people did reviews of it, and people are already swatching it that got it as PR and all this kind of stuff. It's very, very exciting, yes, right? $39 for 39 eyeshadows. And so anyway, the video comes out, and then there is all of this speculation. What, might you ask, is the speculation? The speculation, well, it is that James Charles is the fakest in the entire world. Liar straight from the pit of hell. Why? Because of his swatches. Now, let me tell you, okay? I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. When I said in my video the other day, I was like, before this guy is even allowed to enjoy his big moment, right? People are going to come out, they're going to start saying all this shit about it. Now, it's interesting that this was the thing that came out, because when I was watching the video, and he was swatching the white one, I don't remember what it's called, I think it's called, I don't know, Canvas maybe, I think is what it's called, and he did it once, and then he did it twice, and then he did it a third time. And he said on there, when he was swatching it, and he said on there, he said, you know, that I wanted to create this white that you could build up and layer. He talks throughout the whole thing. I thought, personally, listen. Have we lost our ever-loving minds? I mean, seriously? That we're going to get this upset about swatches, and then people are like, yes, but this is a lot of money. This is a lot of money that we're going to spend and whatever, okay? Let me tell you something. I went up into the Five Below today. Now, I'll tell you why I went up in the Five Below, because I literally bought, true story right here, okay? I bought every kind of Haribo candy in the entire world. Why? Because my good Judy, Melissa, and I, we're going to review it for my review channel, Peter Reviews Stuff. So you can go over there. You can see me eat food and review it. It's all kinds of funness over there. But I also started a diet, and I got a gym membership, so that's over in my vlog. See, it's all over the place. Anyway, so I was up in the Five Below today. And I went over to where they have these palettes. Now, their palettes are $5, see, because you're up in the Five Below. The Five Below is kind of like the dollar store or the Dollar General, but it's $5, see, okay? It's kind of like, you know how Saks is to Macy's? It's kind of like the Five Below is to the Dollar General or the Dollar Tree, see, okay? It's a little bit nicer some things. But anyway, so I went over there and I was looking at all their palettes. Now, I started opening some of these palettes. I don't know, they were called like the Mermaid palette, the Sally Joe palette. It was all kinds of things, okay? Do you remember that Sally Joe Hansen? Was that like nails and stuff like that, Sally Hansen? What was that back in the day, that beauty stuff? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, I took them out and I started swatching them. Now, y'all know I'm the swatch master of the world, okay? True story all day long. I've been swatching for years. Psh. Before I ever got on the YouTubes and I didn't know what a swatch was, listen, I thought a swatch was a Swatch watch, okay? Those little mechanical things that we wore back in the day. I didn't even know they still made them anymore until I was going through the duty-free shopping area in Mexico a couple years ago, and they had a whole swatch area, and I was like, oh my Lord, people still wear these watches that aren't kids? So anyway, I didn't know what a swatch was until I saw all of these reviews and all these palette things come out, and people always are doing the swatches on their arms. Swatch, 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 right? And then there's all this controversy over swatches, and it's like, well, they didn't do the swatch the way that they're supposed to, or this one's pigmented, or they faked this one, or this one, or this one. There's always some drama over the swatches. True story, listen. If I was a beauty guru of the world, and I'm not, I'm a booty guru of the world, okay? But if I was, I wouldn't, listen, I'd say fuck them. I wouldn't do not one swatch. Not one swatch. I'd hold that palette up and go $39. I wouldn't do one swatch on my arm. Because you're screwed if you do, and you're screwed if you don't, right? Okay. So I'm up in the five Below, up in there, and I'm getting my candy, and I'm looking at all the they got all kinds of Christmas stuff up in there, shit you wouldn't even ever want, right? So anyway, my mom back in the day, she loved the day after Christmas shopping because she'd go in there and she'd buy her bows and her wrapping paper and all this kind of stuff. Now I'm stuck with all that shit in the basement. I can't throw it away because I think to myself, well, my mom saved all this for years and years and years. I might want to wrap me a present or something, you know? So anyway, I just need to throw it out. It's the ugliest wrapping paper in the entire world. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I was up in the Five Below and I started looking at these palettes, you know, like Mermaid, Sally Joe, all these different kinds of palettes. And I took my arm out and I started swatching them on my arm, right? Well, what I noticed about these palettes was pretty much what I have been thinking since I started seeing people swatch on YouTube, right? The harder you put your finger into the pan, okay, you're going to get a darker color on there. It's going to come across as, oh, pigmented the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to look like the most fantastic eyeshadow you've ever seen in the entire world. If you don't, and you just kind of go, oh, look at this. Shitty swatch, shitty product, okay? So I'm like, and I almost was going to buy Miss Mermaid, the eyeshadow palette of the world. I almost bought her for $5, but I thought, why do I need more props and junk sitting around my house? My husband already can't stand all the stuff that we got sitting in the garage. Listen, I got banjos, I got fans, I got drama phones, I got drama conches, I got Poopy the Chiffon dolls, I got 400 costumes for my dog. Who needs so much stuff? I don't need another eyeshadow palette, not at least right now. Now, I might need me another check from a beauty influencer after this video. Okay, so anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm going to buy the palette, and then when James comes out, I'm going to like swatch them right next to each other, except for I don't know shit about swatching, right? It is so hot up in this house. Okay, so anyway, so I thought, oh no, that's a stupid idea, and then everybody will come, they'll say, well, you don't know anything about swatches. Well, I don't know anything about swatching, right? But I know enough to know this, that just because somebody's swatches aren't the most perfect ones in the entire world, people are still going to sell this palette, okay? And what the deal is that James Charles is going to sell this palette out real quick, make a shit ton of money, and everybody's going to forget about these swatches, and it's going to be old news. That's the truth of the nature all day long. Who cares, right? Okay? It just really isn't that deep. It just isn't. And then people are like, well, we're spending a lot of money on makeup. We're spending a lot of money. How many of you, because my good Judy, Tanya, she does this all the time. How many of you go into Sephora or Ulta, okay? Or Claire's Boutique, or where you buy Wet n Wild, the Dollar Tree, or whatever, and you spend upwards of $30 or $50 or $100 or $200 on a bunch of shit you don't need, right? Okay? So yes, we take it very, very seriously, but then people get real upset about the swatches because he's lying about the swatches. Listen, I thought the palette was absolutely gorgeous. I thought the colors were gorgeous and whatever. But this was the thing, when I watched it very, very closely. He talked about the pigmented pressed eyeshadows, okay? He talked about how to use them. He even talked about makeup artists in there, I believe, knowing how to use these products and everything, okay? Then he talked about layering, specifically with the white one. He also talked about it with the black color as well, okay? He talked about it. I felt like he was pretty transparent for all of this shit to come out. That he's like, listen, that he's like hiding these. James Charles, okay, we have to think about this realistically, right? He has no reason, really, to fake these. I mean, he could have shown it down on his arm, never shown it on camera, okay? He could have never shown it up here where he was doing it. He could have done down here. I've seen a lot of reveals like this where all you see is the arm and they press it across, right? They press it across. Well, he could have done that 4,000 times until he got the exact swatch that he wanted and then uploaded that piece of the video in between, but he didn't. He showed it on camera, right? And talked about it as well. Okay. Then everybody goes nuts. I was going to cuss. Mom, I'm trying not to cuss. Okay. But then everybody goes crazy about these swatches. Everybody's talking about the swatches. Oh, he's a liar of the world and all this kind of stuff. So he goes up on his, I think it's his Instagram story, and he goes in there and he talks about, he goes in there and he shows them and he talks about him again. Listen, James, okay? I would never have gotten on that video and done that. No. I would have stood behind my product, and this is what I would have done. I would have said, I would have put out on Twitter, list below the 10 to 20 beauty influencers that you think are reputable and honest, right? And then those 20 people, I would have sent a palette to, and I would have said, review it and swatch it. And then put your video up, okay? And I'll give you, I don't know, $100 at Sephora gift card and a palette. See, that's what I would have done. And then that brush kit that he's got going on too for $3,000 or something. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I got those Morphe brushes up in my garage. They're called paint brushes. So anyway, but I do think that the little carrier case, listen, I'm sold on shit like that. I thought that was real cool, right? So he goes in the Instagram story and shows out, well, that's not enough. Now he's coming out. See, you can't do anything right. You can't do anything right. You shouldn't have done that. He should have just stood there and said, nope, I know my product's good. $39. It's not like it's $80. It's not like it's $60. It's $39. It's $1 an eyeshadow. Those people that like it. We'll follow it. And then when the reviews come out and everybody is just living for these eyeshadow palettes that he put, or the eyeshadow palette that he put out, see, he shut them up. That's what I think he should have done. But anyway, so everybody's going crazy about this. So I want to know, okay, in the comment section below, do you think it's really that big of a deal? I know some people out there that love makeup are going to be like, yes, this is really a big deal. The other thing that people are going to say is that he lied. Well, no, he really didn't lie about it. He was really, I thought, pretty transparent. In fact, he even went in there and talked about the primer and all this kind of stuff. Okay. So then, the beauty guru queen herself, Jaclyn Hill, she had to pipe in her 2 cents on Twitter, okay? So and everybody was confused. They didn't understand if she was supporting him or coming for him. They didn't understand what was going on. She said on here, I mean, she's just living her best life anyway, so she don't care. But James Charles put, doing live unedited swatches on my Instagram stories right now for those who are skeptical of the reveal video. And all these people are putting up underneath here, they have all this stuff. You are so talented. I love this. Okay. So then she retweets it, Jaclyn Hill. And she puts, this was on 11/4, so this was 2 days ago. And she put, when is everyone going to realize that although swatches are visually stimulating, they don't really tell you anything about the performance of the product. You do your makeup with brushes and a primer, and apply multiple layers while blending them into other colors. Just saying, right? Okay, so he even kind of talked a little bit about that on his video. And so it was interesting when she came out and she said this too. Well, let's read underneath here about what all the people have to say. So then somebody says, I'm confused. Don't know if you're backing him up or throwing shade. Help. And she says, backing him up, exclamation mark. Oh my God, oops. Meant to reply to a comment, not you, sorry. Well, you got Jaclyn Hill yourself. You should be over there and be like, I'm shook. You know what I mean? Let's be for real, okay? If we're a fan of somebody, you get excited about it, don't ya? Okay. So then this other Courtney, she says, okay, I agree with this girl, but then don't also make the swatches the highlight of every reveal video. Maybe show some of the actual shadows being applied on the eyes, etc. Just a thought. And I agree with that, you know, but there's been a lot of YouTubers and a lot of beauty influencers that have done like first looks with their things. I think actually Jaclyn Hill has actually done that. Actually. And people don't like that either, right? So you can't win any way you go, which is probably a reason why these beauty influencers have millions and millions and millions of subscribers and the drama channels don't. Because we know what we're fucking talking about, right? Okay, so anyway. It's all a bit hilarious to me. Okay. He's been doing his eye makeup with it for a while now. If that doesn't prove that these shadows are pigmented, I don't know what will. And that was one of the things that was interesting, right? Is that he goes in there and he talks about how he's been using these for looks for a long time. Like I think he says the last month or two, that a lot of his looks that he's done on Instagram and things like that, he's been using this palette, which I think goes to prove that the palette, you know, stands up for itself. Although then people could say, well, we don't know if he was really using that palette. I mean, he could be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. He could be using Laura Lee's Nudie Patootie palette. Hell, he could be using Laura Lee's Cat's Pajamas palette. But I doubt it. But let's just go in here and see what else. Literally, watch a campaign video where he had created several looks with a palette on his eyes. Okay, I think people just really like to find a way to hate on James. I agree. Let me put my check over here. Okay, I don't think, oh, wait, and then someone says, I think she's giving legitimate criticism, and then somebody says, I think you read the tweet wrong and don't realize that she is on James' side. This is what I love, is when people go back and forth in the comment section. I did it from my other hand. That's called talented. Now I can't do it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, she meant even if the palette didn't swatch well, it doesn't mean it is a bad palette, because you don't put eyeshadow on your lids the same way you swatch it. Thank you. I have several palettes that don't swatch the best, but they make gorgeous looks because the oils in your fingers and arms are different than on your eye with a primer, etc. And then the Samantha Louise said, well, I think when folks make a big deal out of something so simple as a swatch, and then she has a little gif underneath her, it says, people are so petty. And then Becca says, this is perfect, and you've earned my full respect because of this gift. Do you think they're like good Judies now? Do you? You think like Becca and Samantha Louise are like best friends, are like calling each other up? These people are so petty. They're going to be the new drama people coming up and making drama videos. Anyway, so it's interesting to me that people are getting so upset about this swatch thing, right? It's like, what's next? Okay, but here's the truth. Well, first of all, let me put up a little poll right here. I always say I'm going to put up polls and I forget, but today, I swear, A+, okay? Oh, here's the other thing I wanted to say really quick, right? let me pat my hair like an old lady at the casino. All my good old lady friends at the casino, they always got that hair that stands up way up in the back like that. Because see, this is what they do, is they come for lunch, and then they go eat the buffet, and then they go home, and they take them a nap, and then they come back to the casino at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they got that bed hair like that. I love my old lady friends at the casino. Anyway, here's the other thing, right? And I talked about this in my video the other day. It's like you're stepping off the stage at graduation from high school, right? People are like, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Well, you got A's, but you didn't get A+, okay? Seriously, come on. We all know this palette is, I mean, he is going to sell this palette out. He's going to make a shit ton of money. James Charles is going to be just fine, right? He's going to be just fine. People love James Charles. People are going to buy this palette. It's going to go crazy, you know? Let's see what happens next. So anyway, I'm going to pull the poll up right here. And let me know what you think about the swatches, okay? I don't know what the question is. Na, 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 na. Okay, do you think the swatches are a big deal? Yes. Or no, or who cares? Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.